White Swan. Welcome to the Mysterious Domain Movie Palace. It's winter, and we're going to Russia. A film inspired by a story by Alexander Pushkin called The Queen of Spades, made in 1949 and directed by Thurvald Dickinson, who, strangely enough, most of his career he was doing war documentaries, and he made only a couple of films, and one of them is The Queen of Spades, and he did such a fantastic job directing this film that it's a shame that he never did more. I don't know what his other films are like. I haven't seen them, but they're very much World War II oriented. For me, not all that interesting in that respect, but this film, I wish he would have done more of these or something, at least one more. Anyway, this is a Russian Gothic film. And he captures that so well. And he added, or the writer who adapted the very spare short story by Alexander Pushkin, which is really only a few pages. There's not much to it, actually, except it involves gambling. And it's kind of about class envy, class resentment, and a man who is spurred on by a need to have money. And you will see that when you watch. But also, the screenwriter added the enigmatic Count de Saint-Germain as the one who entices the situation that sets up this whole film, and his messenger is played by Valentine Dyall, who those of us in our genre of film favorites would know from The Haunting as the gatekeeper and from City of the Dead, where he plays a ghost, and he's a witch, and has this wonderful voice that just kind of seems to speak from the tomb. It stars Anton Walbrook, who is an interesting guy. He began his life in Austria from a multi-generational family of circus clowns. And he himself is very elegant and very suave and sophisticated. And of course, he could not bear to be a circus clown. So luckily for us, he left the circus and became an actor, so he could put on this fantastic performance in The Queen of Spades. And it's a tour de force. He pulls out all the stops. He is just like a Barbara Steele of actors in this film. And it's really effective. And he's backed up by two great ladies of the theater, predominantly Dame Edith Evans, who is quite elderly at this time. And she'd been renowned on the stage in Britain, was known as Britain's greatest actress of the 20th century. And this is her first film. And to me, I mean, she continued working until she died in 1976. And in this film, she don't look very young, because this is 1949. And, you know, they must have done a wonderful makeup job, and she's a great actress. So, you know, what more can you say? And Yvonne Mitchell plays the ingenue, Lisa. And she was a stage actress for decades on the British stage, and this was her first film. And she does a really great job. She's perfect for the role. She looks like someone from that period of history. You can tell she was a dancer. Her movements are very graceful, and she's very vulnerable, and she's really an elegant actress in this film. Then we have her admirer, a Prince Andre, played by Ronald Howard. And Ronald Howard was the son of Leslie Howard, who I know from playing Ashley Wilkes in Gone with the Wind. And he has that same pleasantly attractive, really nice energy that his father has. There's just something really, I don't know, you just take to these guys. They just have this quality of being, I don't know, I guess approachable and kind or something. There's just something really nice about both of them. His buddy is played by Anthony Dawson, and I really enjoyed him in this. He's the really skinny guy, and he's really witty and charming, and you just can't help but enjoy his performance. And he went on to play the bad guys, actually, in a lot of thrillers. And he worked for Alfred Hitchcock and I think Dial In for Murder. But he was also in the Hammer film, Curse of the Werewolf. So he's been in our territory before. And like I said, I just really enjoyed his performance in this film. So we also have the young Countess Raniskaya. So this is the young version of Dame Edith Evans, who plays the part when she encounters the Count Saint-Germain, and this gets the whole actual backstory going. The character is played by Pauline Tennant, who was the daughter of David Tennant, who I think was a Sir, and Hermione Baddeley, and both of these people were prominent on the British stage, very famous actors. She was described as a true bohemian aristocrat, attention of qualities that were literally in her genes. And she only made a couple of films because she was gadding around the world, being a socialite, being married 3 times to you know, important men, and going to Saudi Arabia and being, you know, in those circles. She didn't have to work. And then another person in this film is the gypsy singer called Marusia Dmitrovich. And she came from a family of gypsies in Russia. And she was quite well known. And I saw her in something else. I can't remember what it was, but I remember watching something and I thought, oh, there's that lady from Queen of Spades. So she was quite popular in her time for this gypsy music. Oh, and the music is also by George Horry, who did the music for La Belle et la Bête, which we had for Christmas time. So there we go. We've got all kinds of little tie-ins, you know. Whether these people knew it or not, they were destined for the Mysterious Domain Movie Palace. So this is the film that the people who voted for. And I'm so glad you did, because it was really the one I wanted to do. You know, because it's winter and it is January and it is Russia and it does snow in this film. And it's really spooky and really supernatural. Everything about it is, to me, it's just really well done. So I hope you're happy that you voted for this film. I hope you enjoy The Queen of Spades.